Hi guys, Melanie here at Vision City Design Studio. Thank you for watching this video where I want to talk to you about how you can make money selling your art. For those of you who don't know who I am, again, my name is Melanie and I'm the founder of Vision City Design Studio. I'm a graphic designer and illustrator. I've been running my own design business for over a decade, and about 5 years ago, I launched my first ever art print collection on Etsy. And as a result of launching this collection, I was amazed at the results because I actually had the opportunity to not only sell to customers all over the world, be featured by major online selling platforms, I had the opportunity to get licensing deals, wholesale deals, major trade show opportunities, and so much more. It's literally changed my life, and so for that reason, I'm really passionate about helping other artists who are just like myself to get their own art out there, because I feel like there's so many people that I know who are extremely talented, who are hiding their art in their sketchbooks and in their basements, and they're not letting the world see it. So I want to be the one to encourage you to get your art out there for sale because there's so much opportunity. In this video, I'm going to show you some of those opportunities. The number one opportunity for sure would be to get an online art shop. I mean, this seems like such an obvious one, but so many people don't do this. And I meet tons of artists at events and so on who literally come up to me and they ask me how do they actually get their art for sale. And I ask them, do you have an online art shop? And they look at me with like the blank stare. And I'm like, okay, first things first, get your art online. I personally love selling on Etsy for a variety of reasons. Number one, it's an online community of creatives. And number two, it's really dedicated to handmade and vintage and craft supplies. So it's very, very much a curated situation where the people who are buying from Etsy are very, very specific type of buyers. They are looking for very special, one-of-a-kind kind of pieces. So it's really great for artists to sell on there because it's the right customer who is buying. So I want to encourage you to check out Etsy. I am not a representative of Etsy. I'm just an artist just like you guys who happens to just love that platform. The next thing for sure I would suggest would be to do art events. Now, I started doing trade shows fairly quickly after launching my art collections, and it was amazing. I was really, really surprised at how much of a great feedback I got. Sure, there's a lot of nerves. It was really scary to kind of pay money to get into these events, but it was amazing because I got real-time reactions to my art. I had people physically picking up the art and giving me their reaction right in front of me. So it was a really great way for me as an artist to really get feedback, to find out what people were into, what they weren't into. Whereas online, sometimes we don't always know what people are thinking. So to have people say things and not know that I'm the artist, so they're kind of just saying comments to their friends, sometimes positive, sometimes unsure, sometimes negative. But the thing is, I was at least hearing it and I was getting a really great sense of who my real customer was because I was actually seeing them walk up and walk away. Sometimes they'd buy, sometimes they wouldn't. I would get feedback on the price point. I would get feedback on the colors, on the textures, on the actual sizes I was offering, and so on. So it was a really, really great learning opportunity. I remember between my first and second trade show, the first one I made about $750. The second one, and it was the same show, but it was the following year, or no, it was like 6 months later, excuse me. And it was literally, I went from $750 to $1,800. So as you can see, I literally learned, okay, what is my customer really looking for? And I was able to kind of make adjustments in my booth, in the way I set up, in the way I presented myself, in the way I was talking to customers or not talking to them. And so I'm really passionate about helping artists to do really well at trade shows. So this is really, really important for you to at least try to get yourself out there and go for it and do an event, a trade show, a craft market, some kind of a live event to really get that experience. Another way that artists can make money selling their art is to actually make it available as wholesale. Now, wholesale is when you sell your products for half price and you sell them in bulk. So for example, maybe you make cards. I made cards for a long time and I would sell them retail for about $5. But when I was selling them wholesale, I would sell them for $2.50 American. So as you can imagine, I would only sell that price if I was selling a larger amount. So for me, I would only sell wholesale if somebody was willing to spend at least $100 in my online shop. And so I personally would sell on Etsy Wholesale because I really believe in the Etsy system. I like the way that they do things. They're very, very ethical in the way that they do their whole platform. I feel like it's a more of an ethical way of doing business. And so I'm really a believer in that. So I wanted to try selling on Etsy Wholesale, and it was really cool. I would get a wholesale order and actually begin to sell wholesale into actual stores. The other way you could sell wholesale is to literally just walk into different stores and ask them, do you sell local artists, art products? Do you sell things like art prints, watercolor paintings? Do you sell originals? Even if you go into different types of stores, like sometimes even going into a fashion store, they might want to carry cards, but they maybe haven't yet. And maybe you're going to be the first card line that they carry. So don't be afraid to try different types of stores, not just paper stores or art stores or the obvious stores. It might even just be like a variety, maybe a flower shop or something that's a bit more unobvious. They might be willing to sell art if your art kind of lines up with the vision of their store. So I would encourage you to potentially try selling wholesale as a way to really earn income, because you can obviously earn a large income at one time. And by the way, I always encourage artists to get paid before you send the stuff out to the store, especially if you're shipping it. So that's just another tip for free. So I want to encourage you in that. So as you can see, there's a variety of different ways you can sell art and actually make money with your art. And these are just a few. This is like the tip of the iceberg. If you want to learn more about this, I encourage you to check out my free webinar. There's a link under this video. Be sure to check it out. This link will not be live forever, so please click on it right now while it's live and while it's free. I don't want to charge for this video or this webinar because I really believe in giving so much information. I'm an artist just wanting to help other artists. I do offer courses and programs that I share about in the webinar, but I wanted to be sure to make sure that you're able to check out this webinar for free. It's about an hour to 90 minutes. There's a Q&A in the video that I've gone over with other artists who had some really, really good questions. And I know that just by you guys listening and checking in and even asking questions in the chat that I will get over email, that could be a really way that I could help you along your journey. I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk soon.